Welcome to KissFAQ Song Stories. In this series, we'll focus on the histories of some of Kiss's best and least known songs. In this episode, Nothin to Lose, originally released on Kiss's debut album in 1974.
You must remember this, a kiss is just a kiss, but this one's something else, sweetheart.
So now I got a baby, and we're trying to away. I know she wants to do it, and she does it away.
Kiss, baby.
According to Gene on the Kiss Confidential, the radio tapes, the song was actually written on a bass guitar way early when I was living in Bayside, actually in Flushing, Queens. It was inspired by a Little Richard song and another titled Sea Cruise, which contained the lyric,
Old man rhythm is in my shoes. It's no use to sitting and singing the blues. So be my guest, you've got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Ooh-wee, baby.
and behind the mask, Gene attributed the song to Cliff Richard and the Shadows, though it had been performed by several other artists following its origination in 1959. Like Nothin to Lose, some of those older versions included the use of a boogie piano. Regardless of which version Gene heard, the wholesome Cliff would have had a seizure at the direction Gene's composition took. Currently, the first audio evidence of Nothin to Lose comes from the band's live performance recorded by Eddie Sullivan on the weekend of June the 16th, 1973. The song led off the first set on that recording, though it wasn't listed on the picture of the reel in Kisstory.
She didn't want to do it. She didn't do it. The baby is hungry, girl. You know you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You got nothing. Baby. You got nothing to lose. I know she could refuse me. I told her she could. Told her she could use me. She told me she would, yeah. So baby, please stop and go. You know you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You got nothing. Oh, baby. You got nothing.
Little changed between its performance then and its recording as part of the preparations for the first album sessions. Long known to be one of two additional surviving Bell Sound studio demos recorded September the 24th and 25th, 1973, the demo surfaced to a wider audience in December 2022.
You got nothing to lose.
Studio documentation suggests that a 3-minute 41-second mono mix was prepared on November the 27th, 1973, in the middle of the recording sessions. That timing is a little bit longer than the 3 minutes and 26 seconds version later released as the band's first single. Similar documentation suggests that a stereo mix was completed during a 6-hour session on November the 30th, with additional work being performed on December the 3rd. A 45 RPM acetate was cut the following day with the 3-minute and 26-second version of the song, and it was also included with 3 others on a 12-inch acetate prepared for review on December the 5th. Nothin to Lose is perhaps most notable for being the first song to feature an extra studio player. In this case, session pianist Bruce Foster previously done session work for Richie Wise and was brought in to supplement the band's sound on piano. As Bruce recalled in Tim McFate's 2012 interview for the KissFAQ, Richie Wise, other than hearing me play kind of soul piano stuff for a recording by Gladys Knight, knew that I could sort of rock out like Jerry Lee Lewis and all that, and thought I might be perfect on it. It was really just Richie Wise, Kenny Kerner, and Warren Dewey who was very instrumental in creating the basic sounds that initiated the first 2 Kiss albums. Warren had gotten every award that was available to give an engineer for work he did between that, Gladys Knight, Earth, Wind & Fire, and many, many others, so it was a good team. Although such extras were usually not credited, Bruce's contribution was noted on the sleeve of the album, and the pay wasn't bad for a 3-hour session either. Gene has admitted that this song is about anal sex. This subtlety, or lack thereof, puts the song right in the same category as Aerosmith's Walk This Way. Record World noted the single in their March the 2nd issue. The first single pulled from their debut album is a hard rocker par excellence. Big gutsy vocals and heavy instrumentals are pulled together under Kerner-Wise production. A fine first outing for future superstars. Cashbox was also enthusiastic, raving, "Strutter is great, but we really like the quartet's new single, Nothin to Lose, a solid rocker in the Deep Purple Black Sabbath tradition." A critic for the Memphis Commercial Appeal described the song as a combination of hard rock and some Beatles-sounding harmony. However, unlike Aerosmith, Kiss didn't get away with it as the song was barely played when released as a single, though it did pick up airplay in some markets that would become important to the band's breakout: their hometown, WNEW, WMMR in Philadelphia, and KSHE serving St. Louis. And the band had the balls to perform it during their national introduction on Dick Clark's in-concert TV show on ABC.
Hey world, we're Kiss. We want everybody here to come along with us, 'cause you've got nothing to lose.
As an important part of the set, Nothin to Lose on it live probably primarily was constructed from parts of the Cleveland shows. When Shouted Out Loud was released as a single for the Alive 2 album in 1977, the Alive version was reissued on the B-side of the single. Since the song had led off side 2 of the album in 1975, it wasn't changed much other than adding a fade out at the end over the closing audience response. Perhaps for this reason, the song was omitted from the Double Platinum collection the following year. However, the song fell out of favor as the band's catalog of songs increased and was dropped from the set following the Japanese tour in the spring of 1977. The song would remain in the wilderness for nearly 2 decades. In August 1995, a semi-acoustic Nothin to Lose was used as the vehicle to have all 6 members of Kiss perform at the MTV Unplugged filming. The long period of neglect of the song had ended with the first show of the Kiss convention tour in Perth, Australia in early 1995. However, the lineup had messed around with the song at soundcheck during the Revenge tour. It's hardly surprising that the song was selected for the MTV filming. Peter had performed it with the band when he joined them at the Los Angeles convention in June. It had also been included in the set for the Music Plus Studios broadcast in Canada on July the 26th. Peter had been performing it during his tour immediately prior to the filming. For the MTV performance, Paul introduced the song.
Okay, now what we're gonna do... You ever see those wrestling matches where they put like 6 guys in the ring and they're not allowed out? That's right. Okay, we're bringing everybody out.
We're the mud wrestlers.
That's right, we're the... Where's Bruce? Where's Eric?
Hey, come on, man. These guys are part of the family, too.
You know what's the worst thing about having a name like Bruce? When people go, Bruce, it sounds like... Okay, let's see what... You know, this is an adventure for us. We don't know how this is going to turn out, but we'll see you at the end of the song.
You ready, Peter?
Regardless of Paul not being sure about how well the band would do, the performance of Nothing to Lose was successfully completed in a single take. Eric Singer sang the first verse solo, joined by Paul and Peter on the second. Peter also sang his traditional shout-outs. Gene was most prominent on the chorus. It was apparently also considered early on as the single with which to promote the resulting album. While the song was rehearsed for the Alive Worldwide tour, it wasn't performed by the reunited lineup until the Dodger Stadium show on Halloween night 1998. By the time the Psycho Circus tour kicked off on November the 12th, the song had been dropped from the set. After a single performance on the 2007 Hit and Run tour, the song returned to the set on a regular basis for the 2008-2009 Alive 35 tour. It kind of had to, celebrating the Alive album. However, it was quickly dropped during the US leg in September 2009. It was again featured during the electric shows of the first Kiss cruise, an event where it has remained something of a regular, along with performances at other acoustic and VIP sets. It has not been performed during the End of the Road tour.
You got nothing to lose.